Good morning, everybody. I'm Jessica with Your Better Business Bureau, and we are back with another 2023 Torch Award for Business Ethics Finalist. I have Covenant Plumbing. Lori is the owner there. They are located in Bloomington, Illinois, and they have been operating since 2006, offering plumbing services all over that area. So welcome, Lori. Thanks for making time for us today.
Thanks for having me, Jessica. We're honored to be here again this year.
Absolutely. You guys were a finalist last year as well. I think every business has a great story, and I would like to start off with hearing yours, how Covenant Plumbing started.
Oh man, well, we've been in business a long time, so we've had kind of a few iterations and we've done a few different things, but in 2018 we really decided to focus on plumbing service. So residential plumbing service. And I think that's when too we just started to realize what is our base, what is our foundation. And when people have a home, that's usually their most important asset, their most important investment. They've spent most of their money to have a place to call home, and it's something that we feel highly called to, is to be honest, to operate with integrity, and to take care of that person's home as best we can. So as we've grown in our plumbing service focus, we really try to train our employees and train our staff, even on the phone. Anyone who touches an employee, that usually they're calling us because they have something that is not expected.
Going wrong, yeah.
Usually you don't plan to call a plumber. It's not like the fun thing to do. So providing great service, understanding their needs, their greatest need, getting someone out there who can help them and take care of it. Trying to do it with solutions they can afford, but offering many solutions instead of just fixing the issue. You might want to know what it would cost to replace a toilet that is running, and we can fix it and charge you something. But so anyway, all of that to say, what our real focus is running a business that puts the customer first, but also looks at our employees as trying to give them a solid future and a place where they can provide for their families well and spend their whole career with us.
I think that's a perfect segue. What is it like to work for Covenant Plumbing? I mean, what do you guys do for your employees?
So, plumbing is not an easy world. So our employees come here, start the day, and usually see 3 to 4 customers a day. So they're in different people's homes, interacting with people. Sometimes people are very, very kind and so good, and sometimes people can be tough. So it's hard on our employees, and we try to recognize that just by helping them in any way we can to make those calls easy, to help them be prepared, to help train them. So providing training, ongoing technical and even soft skills training, and then financial help too for their lives. So they earn the money, making sure that they have a knowledgeable way to invest it or provide for their families.
Sure.
We do a monthly meeting, which we really enjoy. So we have it at the beginning or end of day, and do share our financial information, share goals, and recognize people for the work that they do. We have a little spinny wheel, so that's kind of been fun for prizes. We do try to incent the good work that is being done by our employees and pay them very well. We try to do quarterly team building events, so offsites, just for fun. We've done Blono Pizza Co. with the golfing.
Yeah.
We did Mass VR here in Bloomington, does a virtual reality place. So we've gone bowling. It's just to get away, spend some time as a team, enjoy each other. And then usually every morning for 15 minutes to a half an hour, depending on the day, we do some training too. So just self-development and trying to help them. So
wonderful.
In a lot of ways, it's giving our employees an opportunity to better themselves, to continue to work on themselves, but that also helps us. So it is a little self-serving in a way, but it's giving everyone a chance to grow.
It sounds like you are really focused on those employees, and from a leadership perspective, how What would you describe your leadership style as?
I really am focused for myself, and I haven't mentioned my husband, Delane. You said I was the owner, but he is actually the owner. He's the one that started this business and drugged me into it. And I think for both of us, we have different leadership styles, but we're very focused on family, on caring, on just being honest and doing good work. So for our employees, we're always, trying to say, what would I want for myself? What do I want for my, if it was my kid working for me, what would I do? For customers, we always are saying, okay, guys, what would you want done in your home? What would you do if it was your house? When there's a question, like, should I do this or that? So I think both of those really help us stay centered on what is most important, which, for us, it's faith and family and then the work that we're doing.
So that golden rule of treat others how you would want to be treated and following through on that for sure
Absolutely.
probably builds that culture of teamwork that the employee knows that you're thinking with their best interests as if you were them.
Yeah, absolutely. That's our hope.
What about community? I mean, you guys have been in Bloomington for a while now. What is it that Covenant Plumbing does for Central Illinois as far as giving back?
Well, we really have an effort to get involved in different things. We right now are kind of in between. We ran every year, we do give away a free water heater and install that for a needy family. So that's something that we really enjoy doing. We empower our employees to recognize when there's a customer that really is in need. We have a program where we kind of designate dollars every year. It's called Covenant Cares. And we ask our employees, if you think this person cannot afford that, but they absolutely need this, let's do it for them and bless others in that way. So we really try to reach out that way. That's kind of a hidden thing. We don't advertise that. It's just something we do. We also try to help out. We do some volunteering with Midwest Food Bank as much as we can. And like this year, we didn't actually get there, but we gave them to their Giving Tuesday, which is coming up, which is a program that gives meals to needy families in the community. Little things that we try to do. It's not the same every year, but this year when school started, we made snack boxes and dropped them off at elementary schools for teachers. So we're always trying to find ways that we can just give back, that we can be a positive part of the community and spread some love.
Absolutely. Those are great ideas. I love the snack box idea. That's, teachers are always needing a little extra love whenever we can think of ways to help them out. I'm sure that was super appreciated in that area for sure. I want to circle back a little bit on customer service. You guys really have a unique process that really carries the customer through. You mentioned that when they call, they're already stressed out. Like this is not a home improvement project that they're excited about. It's probably bad news. So I want to hear more about how you guys really follow up and really hold their hand through that process because, they're not plumbers. They don't understand. It can be expensive, all the work that goes into fixing maybe an underlying issue. So how does Covenant really interact with their customer and, through transparency of the whole process?
For sure. We've really been working on that. We feel like it's very important. So one of the things, we have a software program that really helps us with that. And so we use that heavily. But every time we book a call, the customer gets a text message or an email, depending on what they prefer, that says, you booked this call, here's when it's going to happen. They get a reminder 24 hours in advance if it's a little further out. When our technician dispatches, they get a text message that says, here's a picture of the person on the way. this is a little bit about them so that they know and expect who's going to arrive at their door.
Yeah.
A lot of times as women,
Yeah.
sometimes we're the ones that end up being at home to meet these
Yeah.
strange people coming into our home. And so we want to recognize that isn't always comfortable and it doesn't always feel good. So it's kind of an establishment of like, this is who you expect at your front door. When they get there, we ask our technicians, and they do so good with this, but they explore what the problem is, talk a little bit about it, try to get to know the person, and establish a comfort zone. But then it is saying, here are some things that we see that we can do. A lot of times we ask them if they can just say, is there anything else that I can look at today? So again, we're in your home, you've already paid us. Is there anything else you have a question about or that you might not understand that we can help you with?
Yeah.
Just to provide that extra level of service.
Well, and that opportunity to communicate, I think it can be overwhelming, or, like you said, if somebody's home alone, or if it's a senior and they just, feel already a little overwhelmed, that opportunity to kind of explore anything else that they're worried about is a great way to build trust with them.
Yes. So we have a membership program as well. And so with that, we do whole home inspections. We flush water heaters. There's just a lot of that, which also is, making sure that your best investments are taken care of and everything is working well. And then at the end of the call, our hope is always to leave someone with a great impression of our company. So our customer service rep will always send a thank you just to say thank you. But then a couple days after the service, she does a follow-up call, and we call them happy calls, but it's just making sure that the service they received was the service they expected. And a lot of times you might hear something though too. And so I'm not going to say we're perfect and we're the best ever and we deliver perfectly every time, because there are times when something happened or we didn't do what we said we would do. That allows us to hear about it though, to understand what their experience was, to rectify it in any way, and to follow up with our technician if he did, make a mistake, or if there was a misunderstanding. So anyway.
I love the proactive approach to it. You're not waiting to hear about it on a customer review board or through a complaint or anything like that. You're proactively reaching out and seeking that feedback each and every time, looking for that opportunity to exceed their expectations. And I can tell you from our experience here at BBB, I mean, that is huge. When the customer feels like you actually care about their interaction with your company, can really change the opportunity to resolve the issue, Yeah, that's all outstanding. And I understand you guys have had some other feedback from your customers with a recent award from the local newspaper.
Yes, this is something that I have, it's very near and dear to my heart, but the Panagraph here locally runs a Reader's Choice Awards contest. And 3 years in a row, we've gotten the best plumbing service. So we love that. We're very excited about it. They have a best plumber as well. And Delane was recognized as one of the best plumbers this year. We've had Shane and Cameron, our other plumbers, recognized in that too. So it's very fun. We then use it a lot. We like to talk about that, but it's hard to brag too much and then stay humble, but it is something we work
celebrating.
hard for.
You're celebrating the success and the effort and the results of all of those daily tasks and actions that have led to building up all of that trust with your customer. So absolutely, we're celebrating, and that's why we have the Torch Awards, to celebrate businesses that are committed to doing things with integrity and ethics, and that ties into your company being accredited as well. I mean, those values within your company, how is accreditation? How have you felt supported with those values through that?
What we love about that is it just is another way to say, hey, you can trust us. You know, the Better Business Bureau backs us up with that. You can trust us. You know that we're doing what we need to do. And we see other people in the community where their ratings aren't what we would want for ourselves. And so it's knowing that we are providing a service to our customers, and you guys show our customers that if they ever have a question about who we are,
Yeah,
they can go verify it.
party verification process,
Yeah.
you know, that, yeah, I think that's incredibly valuable for a lot of people, of knowing that there's, you know, the checks and balances of any industry, that we can substantiate, yes, this company's licensed, and yes, they've taken care of their customers, and, you know, all of those things that build peace of mind with people is, you know, such a huge asset to any business, for sure. So I think, you know, the next part I wanted to talk about was our theme for this year for the Torch Award. We're focusing on traditions of trust, because what we see with companies like yours is the reason you've been able to weather so many storms, and that you've been recognized, you know, by Reader's Choice, and you've got Plumber of the Year, and it's because of these like foundational values that have been instilled in your company, you know, through a legacy of trust, whether it's, you know, a third generation family owned company, you know, you've been doing it the same way all these years, or for you guys where you've started the business in 2006 with a purpose, an intention of, we're going to do it right. We're going to be transparent with our employees. We are going to focus on integrity in all things, and faith and family. What do you hope the legacy of Covenant Plumbing is in 30 years? If somebody were to say, or the kids were to say, or grandkids were to say, you know, oh, my mom and dad own that company, and somebody says, yeah, I know them. What would your hope be that the legacy of Covenant Plumbing is?
Well, we have a son who is hopefully coming into the business and will take it over someday. So he is 18. He's just starting here, but it has made me think a lot about legacy when you ask that question, and what we hope to pass on, because a lot of times, you know, you get your second generation, they do things different. But I always hope that doing the right thing is the legacy. And it doesn't mean that we always do things perfectly. It doesn't mean that we did things right the first time always, but we always made it right. And we always focused on being honest. Like you said, the transparency, it was focusing on making sure that our customers were left at the end of the day saying, those people said that they operate with integrity and that they believe in honesty, and they really did. And that, because we can say a lot of things, we can market a lot of things, but my legacy and my husband's legacy, I hope it can be that we always focused on doing the right thing and leaving people knowing that they had gotten the best value for their money in plumbing, but also that they were treated like a family member and not, you know, just another number.
That's outstanding. I think that's very doable, for sure. You know, you mentioned the
Mhm.
second generation doing things differently. You know, while the process or the technology may change, the intention never has to change.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
your desire of, you know, just do things, you know, with integrity can happen even if the process is different, or the technology is different. So I think that's a wonderful legacy, and I hope that happens for you guys. I hope. So what's your son's name?
His name is Drendon.
Drendon. I sounds like he's coming into a really solid foundation, and I hope he carries that torch on for you guys. And I look forward to seeing you on the 13th of December, just less than a month away already. I can't believe it. We are celebrating with Lori and Covenant Plumbing and her team in Champaign on December 13th at Papa Del's Pizza. If you've not had their pizza, I understand it is world class. So we're going to have really good food and cheesecake, because I love cheesecake. And then if you can't make it on Wednesday, you can join us in Peoria on Thursday, December 14th at the Torch Awards for Business Ethics and Integrity, where we celebrate businesses like Lori's, Covenant Plumbing in Bloomington, and so many others in Central Illinois that really work hard every single day to make this a fantastic community for customers, for employees, and for businesses like ours at the BBB, that we can celebrate businesses like you. So thanks so much for your time today, and we will see you in just a few weeks.
Sounds great. Thanks, Jessica.
Thanks.